NVIDIA's rumored flagship RTX 3090 GPU has a TGP of 350 watts, with a GPU core having 230 watts TDP. According to one reliable source over at Igor's lab, it was predicted before that NVIDIA is planning to release at least 3 different high-end variants in the RTX 3000 series of Ampere lineup. These are RTX 3080, RTX 3080 T/Super, and RTX 3090 T/Super. Some rumored specs were also shared by one Twitter user Copite7Kimi before. All 3 variants are based on the same PG132 board, PCB, and they are different bins of the same GA102 chip. Igor's lab has once again highlighted that the flagship RTX 3090 GPU will feature a total graphics power, TGP of 350 watts. We also have some confirmation on the complete breakdown of the estimated total power consumption and losses of this flagship Ampere card. According to Igor, the RTX 3090, or whatever name NVIDIA goes for, will have a TGP of 350 watts and a GPU core TDP of 230 watts. This is a huge increase in power consumption, and it looks like NVIDIA is trying to squeeze every ounce of performance from the GA102 chip and the PCB. Shifting to the 7nm fabrication node will actually help lower the overall power consumption of Ampere cards, but it looks like NVIDIA might trade off efficiency with brute GPU horsepower. That's a total graphics power of 350 watts, and if we compare this value with the previous gen flagship RTX 2080 which had a TGP of 260 watts on some of the custom GPU variants, we are looking at a higher overall power consumption. Anyways, let us see the full breakdown and dissection of the TGP. The RTX 3090's GA102 GPU core alone will draw roughly 230 watts of power, with the 24GB memory drawing around 60 watts. The MOSFETs, inductor, caps will consume a further 34 watts of power, and 7 watts goes for the fan. We can expect PCB losses to be in the range of 15 watts, and the input section, consumption should hover around 4 watts. So we get a total graphics power of 350 watts, and this is for the reference Founders Edition SKU variant. Expect custom-made cards to go even higher, based on the cooling and PCB. Igor's lab claims all 3 GeForce Ampere Founders Edition cards will be based on the same PG132 circuit board, with the main difference being the RAM and board power. With a die size of 700 and a transistor count of 45,000 million, the GA102 is indeed a very big chip, which might also require some serious cooling at least for the high-end flagship models. The flagship RTX 3090 SKU will end up with 24GB of GDDR6X double-sided RAM, on a 384-bit bus width, and will have a 350 watts TGP, as per the above speculation. We don't for sure whether the RTX 3090 will be a direct replacement of the Titan GPU. Sure, this GPU supports NVLink and has doubled the RAM, but this doesn't confirm whether NVIDIA plans to drop the Titan nomenclature. Though, current gen Titan already carries the RTX branding, nomenclature.